It is Monday, September 19th, 2022. Should it be 2022? It's probably just 2022. Say it correctly. Today is the big news today. I turn on the morning news as I'm getting things ready, take, daughter to school, all that stuff. So I watched that, and, I'm thinking, all right, we had the storm last night, kind of moved through. There's probably some damage in different areas. I know we got a little bit of hail, but I guess I should check the vehicles. So I was thinking, okay, check that out a little bit. Well, I turn on the local news, and what's playing? Oh, the procession of the Queen. And so finally they're putting the Queen in the ground today. They're driving around London, walking around London. She's in the Jaguar or whatever, modified glass. It's like a Pope mobile, the Pope, he's got the little car where you can see the glass. That's what it's like. The Queen's got this big glass back end on the station wagon, so you can see the coffin, as they call it, because they put vampires in a coffin. It's not a casket. Keep calling it a coffin for some reason. So you can see that drive through. And so that's what's on. Like, all right, well, I guess I don't get my news. Nothing's happening locally. Everything's fine. But no, it really doesn't matter. I mean, the news is kind of, it's what they want to tell you anyway. And right now the projection that they're putting on the screen is the worship the Queen. Has done no wrong her entire life. All right, I'm not going to harp on that too much. Cryptocurrency. A lot of people say, what kind of cryptocurrencies you like? Why do you like Litecoin? Why are you talking about Litecoin so much? Like, well, because it's got sound properties of money. It's got privacy built into it. And nobody knows that, where it's coming from if you send it. You can hold it in your possession and nobody knows you have it. Unlike a lot of blockchains, it's transparent. That's what blockchains are. It's a transparent, open ledger that you can't change once it's been written to. And so there's a great benefit in that. Great efficiencies are in that, rather than maintaining multiple books and trusting and, and syncing up and this. No, it's like real time done. So, but Mimblewimble in Litecoin allows you to do privacy. It's a pretty cool thing. So that's why I like it. And I like it because there's a fixed supply. There's only 84 million. I like the fact that it has a lot of history behind it. Been running for almost 11 years. Less than a month. On October 13th, 2022, Litecoin will have been running non-stop, 100% uptime for 11 years. That's a pretty big deal. It's a really big deal in the crypto space. No other coin can say that. It's got the longest consecutive uptime of any cryptocurrency, even Bitcoin, because Bitcoin did not have 100% uptime. It got stopped and reset one time. So anyway, that's some of the reasons why I like Litecoin. I like the community. I know there are a lot of people, that's what I'm needing right there. That's my part. Tell you what, man, it's a good thing we can get parts somewhat quickly. I know a lot of people can't, but there was something that went out in my wife's vehicle. It's like an evaporator type, not a filter, but a mixer, I guess you could say. Mixes the air, gasoline, right content, whatever it is. Anyway, check engine light came on. I checked it. Got the right part, watched some videos, ordered the part. I have it. Doesn't look like too difficult to fix, so I think I can do it. We'll find out. I'll give you an update tomorrow. But I'm going to do that today. But with the cryptocurrency, that's why I like Litecoin, because there are some great features, and the history is kind of the main thing. I think it's very important in the crypto space to have some sort of history, because I mean, there are a lot of coins that come out, looks really good. There's a big excitement about, I'm not picking on any coins, but there's a big excitement about Shiba Inu, Shiba. And, it's only what? I don't even think it's 2 years old. And last year at the time when it really ran up, everybody's talking about it's going to do this, going to do that. It's going to get a decentralized exchange. It's going to, they're going to burn tokens. There's going to be less of them. And everybody's excited about it. But the question is, what were they doing? What do they do and how long have they done it? And not very long. You know, it hadn't been around very long. Now, you look at the market cap and you say, well, holy cow, this thing must be very valuable. You know, a lot of people are putting money into it. Yeah, there are. And there's a lot of coins that a lot of people, there's big money out there. Remember, there's trillions of dollars that have been created. I mean, the U.S. government alone is over $30 trillion in debt. And what, $170 trillion in unfunded liabilities they're on the hook for in the future. So, you know, you got $200 trillion they got to come up with. And they'll just print it up, which just means more inflation. So there's a lot of money out there to go around to pump a lot of these coins up in price. And I'm not necessarily looking for that. I'm looking for those coins that work that I know in the long run will be the winners. In other words, they're not going to zero. I mean, you just saw this happen a few months back over the summer, the Terra Luna, you know, oh, it was going to be the next great thing. You know, went way up in price and then went to zero. I mean, zero, way under a penny. And they had a stable coin tied to it, UST. It went to zero, you know, fractions of pennies. And so you don't want to be in that situation. You know, it might look good, but do you really want to put your money into that? I mean, you've worked too hard to do that. You might as well leave it in the dollar at that point. You know, you might as well, if you're going to gamble that hard on a lot of these things, you might as well just leave it in the dollar. You know you're going to lose, and it's kind of at a fixed rate, and for now anyway, until it goes over the cliff. But you can still buy things with it, still very liquid. You know, forget it. Stay out of it. Don't even get involved in crypto. You know, if you're going to be a degenerate gambler. I mean, but if you know, I mean, you can do it, but don't expect a great deal of results. You know, that those couple of people that talk about, oh, look what I did in this coin, you know, oh man, you know, and they brag about it, but that's a rare case. It doesn't always happen because, you know, there's got to be somebody on the other side of it that loses. You know, there's all those people that buy at a certain level and then it goes way down and then they're stuck with it. If you're going to be stuck with a coin that's going to go way down, and they all do, but they all go back up, if they're good coins, you want to be stuck with something that you know is going to be around. It's not going to just continue to go to zero and just disappear. And so that's one of the reasons why I like a Litecoin. And that's why a lot of people like Bitcoin. It's been around for a long time and it's proven itself, and it's not going away. There are a lot of other coins to where they'll say, well, what about Vertcoin? I mean, I've looked at Vertcoin. It's been around for a long time, like 2014. It's a mined coin. You can mine it with their one-click miner. And I tried that in the past and did it for a little bit in the past. And I just tried it recently. Didn't have success with it. Downloaded 2 versions of it. Wouldn't install on a new laptop, brand new laptop. And so didn't have enough resources, which I find that very hard to believe because what's running on it? Not much. So I mean, I'm not going to give up on it. I'll try it again because it's a great thing if you've got a one-click miner, something easy to where you can install it on your computer and start mining Vertcoin. And it has a fixed supply. And a lot of people will say, well, you know, it's only 20 cents right now, and Litecoin's what, barely over $50 right now. It's a steal. Barely over $50, and they have the same supply. And I think Vertcoin, all it was a clone of Litecoin. I think it still has the same 2.5 minute blocks, confirmation blocks. 84 million can exist. It's just mined a little bit differently. Supposed to be a lot more ASIC resistant. So, you know, these big hardware, you know, application specific, what is it? I can't even think of the name of it. It's basically built to do one thing, you know, a computer. Something computer, I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, it's a device, a computer built to do one thing, and in this case, mine Litecoin, mine Bitcoin, and that can cut the little guy out of it. Well, Vertcoin's trying not to do that and making it resistant, you know, the code to that, to the big miners. So that's an attractive thing. It just doesn't have the liquidity. It doesn't, you know, and it doesn't have it's got a long staying power, but it doesn't have the liquidity, the development. I don't know, you know, as far as development team, you know, where they're at, you know, so I don't know. So, but again, you could say from a scarce factor, you know, there's only 84 million of them, just like Litecoin. Well, it should be worth the same as Litecoin. There are a lot of other factors that go into it. Does it have mass adoption? Are a lot of people using it? Are there a lot of addresses out there that people are using? You know, is there that vibrancy? And the one thing that kills the US dollar in the economy is the velocity of money. If you don't have velocity of money, if it's not moving, you got problems. You know, and you look at Litecoin, it's got velocity. You know, they got stuff moving all the time. You got transactions. You got it's moving. And then with Vertcoin, not so much. Digibyte's another one I like. It was born, I think, the same day as Vertcoin, or really close to it, back January of 2014, I think. And I think it was a fork of Litecoin. It could have been Bitcoin. I think it was Litecoin, though. I think it was forked off of Litecoin, and then the code was tweaked. And, you know, 15-second blocks, very fast, many different mining algorithms. I think you can mine with 5 different ways. Pretty cool. Great community development. It's a solid coin, and I think it's got a great future. And so I'm a fan of that. But there's 21 billion of them. You know, so there's a lot more. There's 21 million Litecoin, and there's 21 million Bitcoin, 21 billion Digibyte. I hope I just said that right. So 1,000 times more. You know, so you got to take that into consideration. Shiba Inu, what I was talking about, there's like, what, 1 trillion of them or something. I don't know, some ridiculous number. You can own 1 million of them, and, you know, it's not like it's that big of a deal. So you got to look at how many there are out there. Just because the price is cheap, then you got to look at, well, shoot, how many do I have to buy to equal, you know, this? With Litecoin, 84 million, that's pretty low, really. Just from the standpoint of, there's like, what, 71 million that exist right now, and so it means there's like 13 million that can ever exist, and that gets mined out over the period of next 100 years. It's going to get slower and slower to get those mined out, so it becomes scarcer and scarcer. You know, it's scarce already, really, when you look at the population of the world. You just take 8 billion, and you take your 84 million total Litecoin, which don't exist now, and let's say there's 8 billion people in the world, that's 0.01 Litecoin each. So there's a scarcity factor in there. And the liquidity of it is, you're not going to be in a situation where, this has happened before, in 2017, and all these bull market run-ups. You want to get rid of the coin, you can't do it. Go to an exchange, it's locked up. Oh, re-authenticate here. Oh, do this, do that, jump through this hoop. And there's only maybe a couple of places where you can get rid of a certain coin because it's not very liquid. With Litecoin, there are many off-ramps and many on-ramps on this crypto superhighway. You can go to any ATM. You can now go to MoneyGrams, the MoneyGrams that are in like CVS and different places like that. You can sell your cryptocurrency. You can sell Litecoin for cash now. Coin flip ATMs, they have several where you can put cash in, or sell crypto and get cash out, or vice versa. So it's becoming, and Litecoin's on all of them, and that's the point. That's the one coin where it's everywhere. I mean, you could actually at this point transfer Litecoin into PayPal if you've got a PayPal account, and sell it on PayPal. And then you can have it deposited to your checking account that's linked to it, or spend it. They got a PayPal debit card. So there are many gateways, and there's only 4 coins on PayPal, and Litecoin's one of them. Shiba's not on there, Vertcoin's not on there, Digibyte's not on there. I mean, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin, and that's it. So, you know, and those tend to be the big ones that are on all the platforms at a minimum. Litecoin and Bitcoin at a minimum. There's more Litecoin on ATMs, crypto ATMs, than Ethereum. So, tells you something. But, I mean, there's a lot of coins. You know, I like Reddcoin, R-E-D-D coin. It is a staking coin. Again, it was a fork of Litecoin that was mined out to a finite supply, which the finite supply, there's like 20-some billion of them. But it was mined out, and then it's shifted over to proof of stake, kind of like Ethereum's done. Mined for a long time, and then proof of stake. And so at that point, there's a fixed supply of coins out there, and then whatever you have, you can then stake it, and then get more coins. And that's how new coins are brought on to the network. But it's done so in a way to where it's not, you don't have to have a big miner running anymore, you know, big heavy duty equipment, a lot of power. No. You basically just download a core wallet, put your coins in there, and then stake it. and make your coins available to the network. I mean, you still hold them. It's just that what happens is, you know, if there are transactions of Redcoin being made, you know, your Redcoin helps liquefy that market, and you get a reward for that. You know, part of the fees, you know, not necessarily the fees, but part of the code itself gives you a reward in Redcoin for making your coins available. Now, it's worth a fraction of a penny, but I like it from the standpoint of everyone can use it. You can put it on your laptop, just let it run, and you stake and you get these coins for supporting the network. So you are the network. Not just getting coins to be getting coins. No, you're getting it because you are contributing to the network. You're making the network, you know, more robust and liquefied. So to me, I like that, and it's very fast. It's 1 minute block times, and so they made that improve, I guess, you know, faster, you know, than Litecoin at 2.5 minute blocks. So it's pretty fast, and it's kind of a nice peer-to-peer thing in a way, to where as long as you got internet, you can send that Redcoin around. It's I don't know, I kind of like it. You know, it's a way for the small guy to actually, you know, participate in the network and gain by participating in that network. Problem I have with it, not liquid at all. I mean, there might be one, Bittrex has it, there might be another exchange that has it, so it's very hard to, you know, get rid of those coins if you want to. When you can do it, but it's just not easy. You can't just go to a swap site and swap it, you know, like ChangeAngel and boom, boom, done. No, you gotta have an account on one of these big exchanges. You send your tokens in there, your coins in there, buy, sell orders, and all that stuff. So I just, you know, it's not even worth it at this point. It's more of sending value. You know, it's like, hey, you know, I'll send you 10,000 Redcoin for this, you know, and somebody else can do that, and you can build your own ecosystem that way. And just, you know, have your own system of transferring value. So that's another one. I'm just rambling about different coins because people ask me about coins, and I'm trying to think of other ones. I don't know. I'll wrap this up, but you know, there are other ones. If there are other coins out there that you want to hear about, I might have looked into them, and if I haven't, then you know, I may not. But I can kind of give you a little background, a little experience of, because I've been through, anyway, I won't tell you my history right now. So, yeah, I mean, a little coin talk. All right. Hope y'all aren't too bored. Hope y'all have a wonderful Monday, and hope you have a wonderful week. And always trust yourself on these things. You know, when your gut instincts are telling you something, you should probably go with it. You really should. I mean, you look at some of these coins, you know, don't let your emotions get you all hyped up and jacked up and say, oh, I need to get this, I need to get this. I mean, that's fine to get a little bit if you just want a little skin in the game. The problem is, by the time you're all excited and you've heard about it, it's already pumped. The coin's already gone up high, and that's why you're hearing about it. That's why you're getting into it. And that's why you're FOMOing, fear of missing out. There's always a pullback. There's always a dip. So if you feel like you got to get some, you know, and you wanted to put X amount, $100 in, let's say, just put like 10 or 15 bucks in it. No more than 20, I would think, and for me. And that way, at least you got some of it, because then it's going to pull back probably 50%. And you're going to be thinking, man, I'm glad I didn't, if I put my 100 bucks in, now it's worth 50. Well, if you only put 20 bucks in, then now that's only down to 10 bucks. But you still got $80 left that you didn't invest. And you can take 20 more or 50 more of that and get, you know, twice as much of the coin. So, I mean, the crypto always has a pullback. It just does. And so, I mean, I've done it. I've FOMO'd into stuff, and you just have to control your emotions and say, no, I'm not going to do it. Or just put a very minimal amount in just to have a little bit, and then you feel better. Okay, well, at least I have it if it really goes high. But it usually doesn't, because by the time you're FOMOing in, you're late to the party. So just wait for that pullback and then buy a little bit of it. But see, then you don't want to buy it because you're like, oh, that's going to go lower. You know, and that's just the emotions. That's the way it is. That's just how it is. So trust yourself on this stuff, though. Think, what do I want to be holding if everything falls apart? I mean, that's what it comes down to. what do you want in your possession? I mean, you know, if the markets lock up for, say, a week, you know, all markets, what do you want in your possession at that point? And that's what you got to ask yourself. So listen to your intuition, listen to your instincts, trust your gut on those things, and think that way. You know, if I'm stuck with this for 7 days or a month or 6 months, change your time horizon. What do you want to be holding for that time period? What do you feel confident that at the end of that lockup period, let's say that 6-month period, reset period, what do you feel confident is going to be around after that? You know, and plan accordingly. All right, that's why you got to trust yourself. All right, have a happy Monday. Enjoy the week. Love you all. Thanks for watching.